Isn't that pretty? The last sunny days of fall, probably. We'll see. Every fall's different up here. Hi, it's me, Tom J. Bross, that guy who reads every Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. It means the world to me. Tell people about the book, post reviews, post pictures of yourself with the book. I can't do this by myself. I need you to help me spread the word. We're reading from chapter 12. Summer vacation is upon us. My stepdad just left the family. Mom's trying to get all the kids out of the house so she can have some me time, and we'll pick it up there. Mom reveals her plan. Alex will be spending the summer months with John and Mo in Sacramento. Chris and Shelley will visit Grandma and Grandpa Johnson in Ohio. Molly and I will fly first to Massachusetts to visit Dad, and then to join our sisters in Cincinnati. After that, Molly and I will continue on to Milwaukee to visit our dad's parents. With so many plane trips in my future, my head is already in the clouds. The fact that my mother needs a break has now become just fine with me. The more breaks, if her breaks lead to my trips, then I hope she needs many more. I'm so excited. I pack my suitcase a month ahead of time and wear the same set of clothes for the rest of the school year. We all leave at the same time. John drives us to the San Francisco airport in our yellow bus, which is now my mother's, even though she'll never drive it. Shelley and Chris board one plane, then Molly and I board another. While we're spread out all over the country, my mother spreads her wings. By the time we get back, she'll have changed so much that Molly and I will have a hard time recognizing her. You have to fly the plane to earn your wings, right, sweetheart? The foxy stewardess tells Molly and me, escorting us to our seats. Right, I say, with more enthusiasm than any one word deserves. After that, I never stop giving her the, I'm ready to see the cockpit now look. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, she comes back and puts her pretty face near ours. Follow me. She leads us to the front of the plane through a skinny door into my version of heaven. We are completely surrounded by lights, gauges, buttons, switches, dials, knobs, and levers. I can see straight out the windshield, an endless blue sky over a sea of soft cotton clouds. The pilots shake our hands and ask us where we're going. I'm thinking, Jesus H. Christ, he's the pilot. Shouldn't he know that? We're going to Boston to see our dad. Then we fly to Cincinnati to see our sisters and our grandparents. And then we fly to Milwaukee to see our other grandparents. I know our itinerary perfectly. The pilots are impressed. Well, you and your sister are going to log more miles than me, one of them says, laughing, and then excuses himself to use the bathroom. The remaining pilot takes a liking to Molly and pulls her onto his lap. Then he looks at me. Take the seat, young man, he says, tipping his head to the empty chair. He speaks in a lazy, deep voice, like all pilots do, as if it's a law. I kneel in the chair so I'm closer to the instruments and am able to look out the window. That one right there is the autopilot switch, he says, pointing at a green triangular button. See that? It's on. Now take the controls in your hands. That's it. Hold her steady. No jerky movements. I do exactly as I'm told and grab the handles in front of me. Then he flips the autopilot switch to off. The light goes off and the plane suddenly feels different in my delicate little hands. You're now in control of this aircraft. No jerky movements. Steady as she goes, young man. Steady as she goes. He goes back to playing with Molly while the entire jet is vibrating through my tiny body. This is real. I'm flying the plane. This is a staggering responsibility. I will not blink. I will not swallow. I scarcely breathe. No jerky movements. No jerky movements. Any minute, I'm sure he'll flip the autopilot switch back on or take over the plane, but he just sits there flirting with the stewardess while bouncing Molly on his lap. It's more than I can bear. Molly has them in stitches, and I'm about to pee my pants. Am I losing altitude? Am I still on course? Do I need to adjust the cabin pressure? I'm dying to hand the plane back to a professional. The other pilot finally returns and jokes about getting his favorite chair back. The autopilot light comes back on. Whew, we're still airborne. A wave of relief washes over me. I uncurl my clenched fingers from the handles. We didn't die. I'm dripping with sweat and shaking with exhaustion. Before returning to our seats, the pretty stewardess pins metal airline wings on Molly and me. My sister didn't earn hers, but I certainly did. Dad picks us up at the airport in Boston. He's using our nicknames and is genuinely excited to see us. I'm giddy just to be standing on the other side of the country. Molly loses the coin toss, so I get to sit in the front of the car on the way to his house in Marblehead. Traffic is heavy, and I can sense my father getting stressed. We navigate a traffic circle for the first time in my life. Dad looks flustered. He's able to get into the circle of moving cars, but has a hard time getting around. Has to go around twice to make his exit. Shit, he growls between clenched teeth. Molly and I look at each other and smile. This is the first time we've ever heard our father cuss. Maybe later we'll tell him about our famous cuss word combination. As we're making our way through Boston, Dad invents a lame little one-word song about the city. It goes like this. The little bee, ho, he, ho, Hostin. It's so dumb. He's a complete dork, and my love for him blossoms exponentially. That'll do it for today. Thanks for tuning in for another Page Turning Tuesday with Tom. I'll see you next time for another reading. Thanks, everyone.